while researching the differences in solar power and asking, can this energy resource made from the sun compete with fossil fuels such as natural gas? I came to the same conclusion as Jeremy Shears in his book Renewables, that these resources are too different and valuable to be compared. They must stand on their own platforms. In saying this, they also must work together to produce today's and tomorrow's energy consumptions. Personally, I've only thought of solar energy as being around for the past 30 or 40 years. I find that solar has a dynamic history of inventors, theorists, and scientists who have given their lives to the work of harnessing the sun's power into a sustainable energy source. For example, look at the first known experiment using a magnifying glass to make fire. This was first documented in the 7th century BC. So together, let's take a look at solar energy first. What is solar energy? Solar is made up of photovoltaic cells. These do not use a generator, they are the generator. The cells are required to be wired together to catch the sunlight. Utility-scale solar farms, PV systems, could have hundreds of thousands or even millions of panels to generate electricity. Each of these panels today can generate a limited 10 to 20% of the sun's visible rays. This is according to the quality of the panels and based on the materials the panels are constructed with. The panels need peak sun times, which last anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, depending on the region installed. There are 3 types of utility-scale farms. The types found in the U.S. are parabolic troughs, the next is called a solar tower, and the third type are mirrored satellites. They all have different qualities and attributes along with different limitations. The one we will concentrate on today is called a parabolic solar trough, also called SEGS. This is the most cost-effective of all 3 solar farms. The SEGS uses linear troughs that track the sun from east to west. The first plant in the U.S. was built in 1989 and is the longest standing SEGS power plant built in the Mojave Desert, and it is still in operation today. This plant produces 354 megawatts and generates enough energy for 180 to 250,000 residents during the day. With solar making the big push into utilities, we need to be looking at the future for our solar energy, and scientists are doing just that. They are looking at nanotechnology. It stands out and is making a difference in the solar renewables for our future. This advanced technology, inspired by a joint industry academia, could potentially be a game changer.
I'm particularly excited about the thin film technology that is becoming increasingly available.
The thin film technology that Paula is talking about could be the next big thing. California-based Nano Solar is one of the pioneers in this field. Instead of making solar cells on bulky, expensive silicon wafers, the company has developed a light-conducting ink that's spread on a material that looks like foil.
Using nanoscale semiconductors raises the energy conversion rate of solar cells to a minimum 40% utilization of sunlight. And with that said, they are looking for nanotechnology to eventually make the costs go down and energy production from the sun go up to carry our consumption loads. Now let's take a look at natural gas and how it's playing a role today as being a lead competitor in production and lowering costs for America's energy consumption. We're looking at a combined cycle gas power plant. It is producing energy for today's consumption at a lower rate of cost and lower emissions. We are finding new plants being built that are also called flex plants. These are combined cycle plants that are able to start up and generate electricity in as much as 10-minute windows. They are used alongside renewables such as solar or wind farms so that when the natural resources such as the wind dies down or consumption goes past what a renewable can produce, a flex combined cycle plant can start generating energy almost immediately. You are looking at one of these plants. built in Sherman, Texas, and can produce energy for 850,000 residents at any given time. Now that we've taken a peek into the production of these resources, we can see there are many more variables than we have discussed here today. We have looked into some of solar's and natural gas's strengths and limitations, and we can see these resources today and future technologies seem to be making a valuable difference in our clean emissions and our capabilities to produce cleaner energy for a better economy and hope for our children's futures. Thank you.